Greetings, my people, and welcome to a new episode of Health with Doc Pierce. It's a pleasure to have you this in this new video because this is the very first English video in this channel. Because we have a previous video in Spanish because it's my natural language. I love to speak in Spanish, but I think it will be better not only subtitles used to translate it in English for my English speakers around the world, but because this needs more appreciation, more like processing and expressing power to use pure talking English. Why? Use different expression. It's funny to speak another language too. But what is the question that brings us here? What is the title of this video? A question that is made for humanity since the beginning of the civilization, because since the beginning we need healers, we need doctors, people used to take care of our health, and they need to know about us. So that leads us this question: why the patients lie? It's more common than you think. Why a patient would lie to a doctor? The doctor is one of the people that they should not lie, because their health is in danger. Their health is in the game. But why the people will do that? You have a lot of possible causes, but we need to be backwards. We need to be in the beginning. Not only why the patients lie, but why we lie. Why us as humans lie? Because every single one of the viewers in this video has lied sometimes. But why we do that? Sometimes it's just to protect ourselves, because we don't want to feel embarrassed. We don't want to feel able to face the consequence of some actions, some consequence of things we do. We don't want to accept we did, and other times we just feel a menace to the people is in front of us. We don't trust the people what's in front of us, so we don't feel free to not say all the information. If you will to translate that in the medical field, with the patient who's talking with a doctor with lies, have two kinds of consequence to the patient itself, because the patient will get a bad treatment, will get a bad diagnosis, of course, and he won't answer their very first question that you bring that to the medical consult, the medical appointment in the first place. And for the doctor, it's frustrating, because the doctor wants to understand what's happening with their patient, and it's just the patient just doesn't allow to him to understand all the things that's happening in their body. So all these things, all these different consequences affect mostly to the patient. The patient faces all the consequences. But why they still do that? Sometimes the people just feel like the doctor is a menace. And don't get me wrong, it's not that the doctors actually try to hurt their patients. It's not a thing. We don't study all these years and invest all this time just to harm people. It doesn't work that way. But sometimes the way we say the things will be perceived as something like a menace, or we just scold our patients like we were like the father, and that's a way to put it in the different forms that the doctor and patient relationship has evolved from the years. So long ago, okay, not so long ago, the doctors were like fathers to their patients. Why? Because the doctor, as a father, says an order. This is your diagnosis, this is your treatment, there is no other thing to do. You have to do the things I told you, or just get rid of my attention, I won't say you anything else. That's not a really effective way to understand the health of the patient, because the patient just only gets relegated to the position of obey the doctor. It not only matters that you just obey the order, but the patient needs to be involved in their own health. They need to understand what is happening in this body. They have to understand what is the illness, how this works, and how the treatment that he will take, how it works, what these pills makes this, because this is happening in the very best and very most simple way possible. Why? Or not in the very best way simple, but make it understandable to the patient. Why? Because they deserve that. They come to us, doctors, to answer a question. That's a medical consult. That's why they make an appointment with us, because they have a doubt of something. They generally try to answer a question. If we don't answer that question at the end of the appointment, we're really making a job. It's not only matter just to make a recipe with all the treatment, with all the drugs the pharmacy is like. It's not only that. The patient could say like, it's not enough. It's not enough. Like, it's not enough. The patient needs to understand their health, their illness, and then he will say like, okay, this is logical. I trust you because you show me why you try to do this, why you try to give me this treatment, and I understand if I take it as you tell me, it will work for me. But that's the other way. We have to have time with our patients. Time that mostly here in Mexico, in the health system, is public, it's amazing, it covers a lot of things, but it's so oversaturated. Like, it's all the system is overwhelming by the amount of patients here they are attended. So what's the solution the government put in the table? Make really short medical appointments, like 15 minutes, and that's it. And a real consult, you have to make the medical note, you have to make the recipe, and you have to listen to the patient. You cannot do all of this in 15 minutes. If you do it, you're lying. You're not actually looking all the things the patient wants to tell you, because we need to be integral. Like, we need to integrate all the things the patient is telling us, how we can interpret that, establish a diagnosis, give a treatment, but also try to answer all the questions the patient has. It's not only one, sometimes it's 4, 5, 10 of them. Some questions lead other questions. We have to clear all of that, and then we can say, okay, this patient is satisfied with attention. We can move on with the next patient. But not work like that in the system. That's why us, like in the medical field, or even the patient, we have to ask about these government programs, make the necessity of asking about more time in the medical consults, because it's needed. The people need attention, not only treatments. If we show the people how their health works, we can make it understand and prevent illness that just ended being chronic. If you use an illness just became chronic because the patient didn't prevent themselves in the first place, because sometimes they don't even understand their own health. They don't even understand what's the possibility of this illness that will happen. So we need to explain that. That's why we are here, to explain to the people. The people is not they're not responsible. They're not responsible to know all the things that happen with their health. That's why we study that. They don't study the things we study. But that doesn't allow us to say the patient's opinion doesn't matter. It matters. It matters a lot. That's why you have to present the options to the patient. This is the things we can do. This is the things I offer you to do. And we talk about what is the needs you have, what is the things are happening to you, what are the things that you are interested to do, or you're here about, or you really want to try that. But integrate the patient with their own treatment, with their own illness, and their own health. Like overall, will make us a better health system for everyone. The people will be more healthy. The people will do more exercise, will eat better because they will understand how the health works. But doesn't really matter. That's the matter. That's the thing we need to feel and answer all the questions. We need to fully understand all the questions and try to answer. We have to teach the patients. And that's the thing we have to do. We just need more to answer more questions, my people. I'm really glad that you are here. I'm really glad that you understand and you hear this video. It's a pleasure to me. Please, every question, every single suggestion, you can put it in the comments. I'm so open to watch that, to read that. And okay, we are gonna make a new video every 2 weeks. This new week will be a new Spanish video. I will make the translation still this own weekend, but you will take a look at that. I will put my social network, Doc Pierce on Instagram, and this channel, Doc Pierce, in YouTube. So just wait for another video, and thank you so much for coming here. So we're your Haracho doctor, your favorite Haracho doctor. So goodbye, my people. Bye.